getting excited to plant things, actually. Nicole is planning on a hydroponic. I think there's a snowmobile coming. I'm Ben Cummings, and welcome to Homegrown. After the holidays, I've now been struggling with what to talk about, now that it's winter. Every day seems to blend into the next and is relatively the same. I mean, it's step 1, stay alive, don't freeze. Step 2, do the same for the animals, and then rinse and repeat. Granted, I have been doing some housekeeping that I could film, but I have some hoarder tendencies that unfortunately get passed down from my mother, and quite frankly, I'm embarrassed of all the trash that I've accumulated. It's cold. It's currently like negative 20. Sun is going down, and last night was bad. I was up a couple of times in the night, and it was cold, and I think this cold front is supposed to last a few more days, unfortunately. Trying my best to take care of the chickens, the rabbits, and everybody. Keep everybody warm, or as warm as possible in this weather. Make sure they're fed, make sure they're watered. Hopefully everybody will get by. Oh, and I couldn't find my hat, so toddler hat. Some of you may have thought that I was just going to glaze over it. And by it, I mean the weather. For my American, Australian friends, or Canadians that live in the temperate zones, this is winter. And no, not like we get a little skip of snow winter. This is average negative 10 degrees Celsius, or 14 Fahrenheit for you imperial-loving heathens. This is cold, every day, for months. Heck, last night it went down to negative 30 Celsius, negative 22 Fahrenheit, and I spent most of the night stoking the fire. I think in our next house I'll invest a little more in some better insulation. Yikes, maybe some hair plugs that help keep me warm as well. Despite the weather and regardless the temperature, we are safe and relatively warm. The same, unfortunately, cannot be said for my truck. At this point, it's not even funny. Without a locking differential, a two-wheel drive truck in winter is about as useful as a screen door on a submarine. Take back them things you already done. No. You blame things that you do on somebody else. No. Even after airing down my tires and trying to use my ATV ramps as traction boards, my tires were still bald. And despite my best efforts, I still couldn't get myself out of the ditch. Try so hard to cover up your games. You try so hard, hoping that one day. I slowly made it closer and closer to the road until this is as far as I could get it. So I just bought a new truck. Two-wheel drive's not for me anyway. It seems that since Christmas, I've been putting out less and less content. And I guess that's really because we're taking a break. Not much happens around here. You keep the wood stove stoked, you keep the chickens fed, you keep everybody alive, and that's pretty much all there is to do. Do I wish that I could be putting out, oh goodness, do I wish that I could be putting out more content? Absolutely. It's beautiful, look at this. It's gorgeous out here, but there's just not much to do. we're waiting. This actually is where our garden is going to be this coming year. Sort of there and there where the chicken pen sits. And we're making plans for it. I'm trying to draw things up, trying to get things ready. And it's not quite there yet. In other news, if you have been following us on other forms of social media, Instagram, Facebook, you will know that I got a new truck because the other one is still stuck in the yard that I've just kind of given up on because it's winter. It gets stuck there. It's two-wheel drive. This one is not. This one is four-wheel drive. A nice Tacoma. And yeah, you can see my old truck is stuck right there in the yard. I just kind of gave up on it for now. Okay. So right now, pretty much all I'm doing is keeping everything alive, which is boring. I mean, actually, we did lose a chicken the other day. Not really sure what it was to, but it happens. And now, just trying to keep everything warm. Today it was minus 30 until a little while ago. Finally, the sun is high in the sky and it's nice and warmed up-ish now. I mean, I'm laying on the cold ground and it's still probably minus 20 out, but it doesn't feel it when you're all covered up like this. So we're just waiting now. Waiting out this season. And getting ready. We're getting excited to plant things, actually. Nicole is planning on a hydroponic. I think there's a snowmobile coming. So Nicole is actually working on a little hydroponics selection. And we're going to see if we can't get that off the ground this year. And even if we can use it as a starter for different things would probably be good. What is this? There's outlets in the bed of my there's storage in the bed of my... This is fun. I didn't know that was there. Sorry, discovering things about my truck. I've only had this a week, not even. So I'm still learning the ins and outs of it, if you will, but that's kind of cool. I don't even know if that... You think that's wired up? There are wires under here. I don't know if it's... I don't actually know if it's wired up, but there are wires going up there. I guess I could just plug something in and see. There's no spare tire. Oh, I guess it's in the back. I'd need to put a thingy on there. Looks good. Needs a pressure wash, though, under here. A little dirty. So that's kind of what we got going on. Not much of anything. A whole lot of nothing, unfortunately. So we're just kind of existing. Trying to wait out in the cold, keep the fire going good, keep warm, and plan things for next year. Actually, I should bring in my notebook so I can draw out some things and some plans for what we got going on. How's everybody doing? Liking the sun? Get out of the wind, nice. You look nice and warm at least.
Stay on the fly just in time, know the right way to go. I'm on the road, it's my time, taking control of my life. I want to run the red lights, I've got to run this show. You always take me so high, you always make the highlights. I love the way we vibe, you're like a centerfold.
People that have suggested me do a polar dip again. Last year I did it January 19th and it definitely wasn't this cold, so I will get to it and I will do one, but waiting for a day where it's not as painful on the face. So yeah, that's pretty much what I got going on with me. Oh, it's cold out there. Not a fan.
To
keep up to date with what we've got going on and to see behind the scenes footage. Welcome to the first official day of filming for Homegrown. Follow us on social media or visit our website at homegrownshow.ca.